Of all the mysteries in Peppa's world, one of the biggest is the secret beneath the little pig's house. Could there be something dangerous underneath the mountains of Peppa Pig's town? Rabbits. Under the entire city, there is a massive mansion where the rabbits live, because all the land belongs to them. The first time we discovered what exists beneath Peppa's city was in the episode where the little pig and George go visit Rebecca Rabbit's house. The pig siblings were amazed to discover that they live underground, and that's why Richard Rabbit was afraid of stairs. In that episode, we discovered that there are several tunnels beneath the ground, which is where the rabbits live. And this is one of the answers we have to show you. In the Rebecca Rabbit episode, we see just how big her house is, and nothing stops that family from digging tunnels all across the city, especially because we know they are very rich. Of course, this is the easiest answer about what exists beneath the entire city, but don't be fooled, because the evidence we're about to show you proves it's very different from what you think.
You know what's starting. It's another awesome Cinewave!
Another city. What if there is another city beneath what we see up here? Do you think that's too hard to imagine? Then let's look at the evidence. Have you ever watched the episode The Cave? In that story, Peppa and her family went to visit the lower part of the city, all guided by Mr. Rabbit and Grandpa Rabbit as tour guides. Notice how, once again, this species is involved in the underground part of the city. They go down a well-built staircase with steps and handrails, and at the bottom they find a boat. This shows that there is an entire intelligent structure in that place. They even have a zip line to cross gaps and an elevator to go back up. All of this is proof that there is a city beneath the mountains, but does anyone live there? Well, we've already talked about the rabbits, but what about other people? Could they be there? That's something for later, so stay with us. Secret basement. Before talking about who else lives underground in the city, let's talk about that secret basement of Daddy Pig. Yes, you thought we weren't going to talk about this, right? The Peppa series is hiding this from you, but we haven't forgotten about this mystery. In the Power Cut episode, we see that Daddy Pig opens the cupboard under the stairs to look for a flashlight, and when he does that, we see that there is a staircase leading down to an unknown level inside that mountain where the pigs live. But in the secret room episode, Peppa and George open the same door to hide, and look how strange. The staircase is gone. But wait a second, the lower floor is still there, we know it is. What an interesting mystery. Why would Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig hide this part of the house? You know there is a dark theory about a former sister of Peppa because of that official poster where a mysterious little pig appears in the house window. Could it be her living there? Or maybe Daddy Pig has another secret? We'll talk more about this mystery in a moment. Humans. Going back to who lives beneath the city, have you ever stopped to think that humans might live there? It's not that hard to imagine after all. Where did they go? We've already seen that in Peppa's world, 4 humans have appeared. The Queen, Santa Claus, the pirate Redbeard, and that image of the farmer girl that appeared in Times Square in New York. No one knows where the other humans are or if they even exist, but the truth is there are many theories about this mystery. Some people think they are the animal characters in the show because all of them behave like normal people, even though they are animals, and some people think they all died, which would be sad, but that theory doesn't make sense because, as we've already shown, humans do exist. One possible answer might be exactly what you're thinking. Humans are living beneath the city because there is no longer a world for them above. Of course, now the world is dominated by the other animals. Could this be the truth? Are humans afraid of the other animals? What do you think about that? Would you rather be a human or an animal in Peppa's world? Comment the hashtag pig so we can get to know you.
War. Whether all the other humans still exist or not is something the series may still answer. But what if what exists beneath Peppa's house and all the other hills in the city are the remains of a war? Do you think we're crazy? It's not that. Let's think about it. Humans disappeared, but only some of them are still around. Daddy Pig and Mummy Pig had a secret level in the house, and we've already shown you the tunnels the rabbits dug, and all the houses are built on top of hills. It feels like everyone there is trying to hide something. In the show, we know that real-world cities exist. London, Paris, New York, and because of that, many people believe that animals in this world evolved and revolted against humans. A war happened that humans lost, and that's why they went to live beneath the city. And what exists beneath all those mountains is actually the remains of a terrible war that pushed humans far away. Do you believe that? Laboratory. But what if you accept that there is a secret laboratory beneath everything? Yes, it makes total sense. Grandpa Rabbit is known for being a crazy scientist, and we've already seen that the rabbits dug a lot of tunnels. And what could he be doing in that laboratory? And why does no one know he's there? These are important questions. First, in the episode Treasure at Sea, Grandpa Rabbit said he is 100 years old, which means he has lived longer than most people in the city, and that means he had time to build the tunnels before the other characters were even born. Now, what he is doing there is very simple to answer. It's in this laboratory that he creates his clones of Miss Rabbit, and these clones are spread around the world to work and make money. Could this be the answer? Floods. If you watch the flood episode,
episode, you know that the houses in Peppa's world are built on top of hills because when it rains a lot, they get stuck, since the water rises a lot and creates an ocean all around everything. To protect the houses, they are built up high, and that makes sense at first, but there are several problems when you really start thinking about it. First, they have no way of knowing if the houses are at a safe height. The water could rise even more and flood everything. The second problem is that we've already shown you that there are characters living in the lower parts of the city and in the tunnels. So how exactly do the rabbits escape heavy rain? Doesn't the water enter the tunnels and flood their homes? Maybe not, and the answer might be with Daddy Pig. Curious? Then let's show you.
Daddy Pig. You already know that Daddy Pig is an engineer, right? He helps build houses, bridges, and roads too. And you also know that Mr. Rabbit works in the same office as Daddy Pig. The two of them are responsible for building the city's tunnels in a safe and comfortable way. And that's why the rabbits and moles don't drown when it rains heavily. Whatever exists beyond tunnels beneath the characters' houses, Daddy Pig's office has something to do with it. And you can be sure that Peppa's dad knows what is going on. It could be something good, it could be something bad, or it could be something magical.
And if you're not subscribed yet, you know what to do. Click and hit the bell so you don't miss any videos.
Ben and Holly. What if what exists beneath the city is actually the magical world of Ben and Holly? That wouldn't be impossible, since both shows were created by the same people, and we have proof that the two universes are connected. The Tooth Fairy episode already showed that fairies exist in Peppa's world. Besides that, the very first episode of Ben and Holly shows an image of Peppa's house in a picture hanging on the wall, and we see that the pirate Redbeard is a character that exists in both series, meaning the two universes are connected. And if you watch closely, it seems that Ben and Holly are very small, which means they could be living in Peppa's garden and no one would even notice. Monsters. Speaking of magical things, let's go back to the cave episode. We know that beneath the city there is a large river where the characters sail on a boat, and we also know that deeper inside the cave there is even more water. That's because Grandpa Rabbit throws a stone into an abyss, and when the stone hits the bottom, we hear the sound of water, meaning there is much more than just an underground river. And that makes us think that, in fact, sea monsters live beneath the city. Think that's impossible? Then you should know that the Peppa series has already proven that sea monsters exist. You just need to watch the Families episode to see a scene of Captain Dog in front of a huge monster. This is proof that they exist, and that they could be living beneath the Little Pig City. Could this be the truth? Santa Claus. There is also another possibility. Beneath Peppa's house and all the other characters' houses, there could be Santa Claus's tunnels. Yes, we know that Santa Claus comes down through chimneys, but who said we know all of Santa Claus's secrets? He could very well have several tunnels and enter homes to watch children and see if they are behaving properly, because if they aren't, he won't give them Christmas presents. That makes sense to us. What about you? Treasure. Now, if you don't believe any of that, we can tell you that what exists beneath the house is a treasure. Of course, the pirate Redbeard doesn't leave the city because he is looking for the treasure he buried. It's very simple to understand. There is a lot of gold buried beneath the city, and the hills where the houses are built are probably made of gold. Now, more valuable than that must be our friendship, which is why you should stay here with us. It's almost over, but until then, you can stay with us. There are 2 super fun videos waiting for you. Thanks, and see you next time.